All right, good morning, folks. Welcome to the finale of this base series, where I'm going to show you guys how to line it up, how to get it ready, and where I'd start with on the base. So, first things first, you get a corner. So, you don't need a corner for this base to work. You can do it on three sides or in the middle of the world, but I would highly recommend pushing for a corner because that is where this base is going to thrive. And for the first thing, what we're going to do is we're just going to load in the schematic. So this schematic is going to be labeled glass car parks, 6C regen or 6 chunk regen, 12C buffer, base. So we hit load schematic, and when we load that in, you should see it comes in a bunch of different parts, and it might tank your FPS when you're loading it initially, but that's okay. So you can see all these different parts here. This is all up against world border. Oh, it hasn't kept the signs. Oh, you dog. All right, know that there's signs in there. Anyway, so let's line this up so it sits in this bedrock area. So we'll just go loaded schematics, schematic placements, configure, and I think we need to select them all. So a way to do all, you know what, all on. Please work properly. Yep, okay, sweet. So that's moving the entire section. So I'm just lining it up with the side of the bedrock at the bottom there. And let's move it back this way. Okay, so just make sure this is all lined up. So it's not yet. So I need to just shuffle it a little bit further into that corner. Another couple blocks. Load schematics, schematic placements, configure. One more. Perfect. And now this is lined up in the corner of your world. So this schematic here is going to come in a bunch of different parts. So at the very, very bottom here, you've got all of your slab trays and an overall layout of your bottom walls. It's identical to the top. So what we'll do to get started is, oh, it does show the signs. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So we do have the signs there, and you can see all the signs go all the way along. Sweet. So loaded schematics checkbox. What I would do here is click configure. Oh, wrong one. Configuration menu, render layers, switch layers all to single layer, and then lower it 1, 2, 3 to the very, very bottom layer. Now, this is going to be the overall layout of your base. You can see we've got the anti-worming stuff. We've got all the slabs and everything. And basically what I would do is I would just replicate this entire bottom layer here at bedrock. Specifically for the hot dogs, check out that video, see how I lay that out. And for some reason, this isn't loaded, but, oh no, this is loaded, that's fine. This is the 360 box here. Anyway, so what I would do to get started is when I'm doing a base, I'll usually do 2 layers. So I'll do the bottom, so I get a good idea of what's going on at the bottom, and I'll also do the top. So at the bottom here, I would just go along and just fill in each of these blocks all over the base. So this obsidian here is quite important. That's all for the anti-center stacking. Walls, you can probably skip if you plan to gen your walls pretty early, so you don't need these walls at the bottom per se, but I would personally do them anyway because it should only take you like 2 or 3 minutes anyway, and it will give you like a good overview of what your base is. For all of these lava spam regions here, just place the cobblestone like that, slabs at the bottom like that, and just do all the cobblestone, all the slabs. Don't worry about putting in lava. We will do that when we get to the top of the base. So after that, I would do all of the signs. So I'm not even sure if you can buy signs on Complex, but do all the signs, and that should be pretty much it for the bottom layer. Now for the next layer up, or the next two layers, it's pretty much the same as the rest. I would not really bother to build these. The bits in which I would build, oops, the bits in which I would build is 100% keep in mind how these sign bits are layered. That's why I made the bottom layer of the skem 3 blocks tall and not 1 block tall, is purely for the sign walls here. So there's basically what's going to look like is there's going to be a sign, and then on top of it, 2 blocks above, you're going to have some flowing water pretty much there, and then above that is going to be your actual wall. So I would actually put in this layer as well, and that will just stop the wall from jetting all the way down. I don't know 100% if walls stop jetting on water, but that's something that you should watch out for. Okay, apart from that, that's basically the bottom layer of the base done. So you just really need the bottom row, mark out all the bottom row, how that all goes together. And again, for specifics on, especially on the filters, have a look at the video where I talked about anti-center stacking for that. Apart from that, at this point here, you can just continue on with your core. So all below set here. So you will see that the core especially has this large area devoted to it. So it's only the core that this bit's on. So make sure you do all of these extended revs here. And then building up, you've got the base of your regens. I would put the base of the regens in as well. Above that, we now have the actual base as well. So this is all obsidian. I generally always make my cores out of obsidian. And this involves all of the revs. The glass on the back, this is still so you can just see. On the actual server, that needs to be obsidian. Do not have glass there. And this will go all the way up to sky limit. Where are we? Configuration menu, all the way up. And then eventually at sky limit, this is what it's going to look like. So at sky limit here, what I would do is, okay, so there was an issue that I was thinking of, and that is this base is one above sky limit. If that's the case, just extend like one of your cactus farms like 1 block and raise the entire base up. Yeah, just need to raise the entire base up basically by 1 block. Should be pretty easy. 100% make note of that. You do not want your base 1 block below sky limit. You want it to be at sky limit. So I think the easiest way to do that, or for you to remember, is just going to be to raise the roof schematic up by 1. I know that's going to trip people up, but I'm not really bothered to fix it either. So where are we? Roof 1. Okay, so there's 3 things that you should move up, and that's going to be roof 1, or 4 things. Roof 1, wall north, wall west, checkbox. So if you move all 3 of those up by 1, and then so that's checkbox, core will leave, extended revs, no.
Battery low.
Jesus, that scared me. Roof 1, we need to move up by a block. There it goes. Oops, load schematics, make placements, configure, and wall north needs to go up by 1, and wall west also needs to go up by 1. All right, perfect. So that's everything back and lined up. So just move your, actually, that should be pretty much fine, to be honest. You got a 2 thick roof here. You don't need that, but it's kind of whatever. You can have a 2 thick roof if you want, or just move some of your spawner boxes up. Just make sure you do that. Make sure you move those layers up. Now, the checkbox and everything, that is also That is also done in the schem, so you can see how to wire that up easily. All the wiring is all in the schematic. As for the actual pillars and everything up here, of course you want basically water sources on everything. So what I would do is I would pick a point. This is going to be an absolute pain to do, and I'm sorry. But realistically, if you got a faction of 15 to 20 people, you can do this easily in maybe 6 hours. It's whole base. So for these pillars here and in the ocean, oh, why did I do that? Come on. Up, one. For these pillars here in the ocean, what I would do is I would use slime blocks like this. And I would just fill this whole thing in with slime blocks or something else you can break easily. Um, Especially if you want it to be a full ocean, you need to do that. You don't want the water gaps in. If anyone has any other ideas, maybe ice could be viable. If you just go to the top here and you just put in ice like that, and just wherever you see on the schematic that it's sourced, just put in ice. That could be viable as well, but you could do slime blocks as well. Now you would just place your wall gens on the side like this, and just make sure this is one whole area fully done, and then go underneath and break all your slime so your water falls down underneath. For your normal walls, you can either gen it from the side or you can do the top layer and gen it. For these filters here, I showed you in the video how to get the lava spreading around the back. If you don't know how to do it, I'm not going to explain it here. Just go and watch that video. And for the actual genning of this, what I would do again is go cobblestone gen, cobblestone gen, and then maybe slime block, cobblestone gen, cobblestone gen, slime block, and then once you're done all of that, just come back, break those ones, and I would do your water first. Although if you're doing cobblestone gens, it shouldn't matter. But I would do your water first, which is pretty easy. You just place some water where the source is here, and then do 3 of your lava gens. And then once the lava's like flowing all the way down, or once you're done, or whatever, just go back and spread the lava on the back there. For these ones here, again, you can just do pretty much the same thing with slime blocks. In this case here, what I would do is I would go up one, start here. Gen, slime block. Gen, slime block, gen, slime block. And then this back one here, do not gen this. That should just be one block. And then again, come back with the slime blocks like that. Lava gens all around. So where I place this red terracotta here, this is your lava gens. That needs to be genned. That all needs to be genned like so. And you just continue along. And then finally, you just place a single bucket of water in there to do those. For your Mindchat regens, I showed you how to water these in the Mindchat regen episode. I would 100% check that out and do that. Should only take one person, maybe an hour, to do all the watering properly, and it will save you. It'll save you massively if you're not on complex. Again, like I mentioned this, if you're not on complex, don't do the space design. I'm only doing the space design on complex because the top block is indestructible. And speaking of that, to be honest, if you were to do this like on complex, you could probably just source water this whole thing if you want to. I personally like the flowing water because it makes it look like I've actually put time and effort into this. Where for the majority of the time I've just been fucking winging it. To gen these, I would basically set out how it is in the video. I showed you guys how to gen them with both sources and or with lava gen buckets and non-lava gen buckets. I believe it was video 2, I think. Let's have a look. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Uh, yeah, looks like video two. Yep, video two. I did all the regions like that. So I think that pretty much sums it up. Um, if you guys have any specific questions about the base, how you want things genned or whatever, if you want to add U fusions, hit me up. I'd be happy to help with that. Um, and yeah, so the schematic link's going to be in the description. I'll also put the complex Discord, the complex server, the crystal server. I'll just put a bunch of links in the description just so I can copy and paste it between videos more easily. Um, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, enjoy the base. And for actually getting someone in to test the base, I'm trying to do it, but no one wants to do it at the moment. Like that's how annoying it is. So that's always a good sign. Apart from that, I'll catch you all later in the next video or whenever else I'll see you. So have a good day wherever you are.